Hello, I'm Daniel Thompson, and I'm lonely. I know that that thought probably bums people out, but for me, it's a statement of fact. And the truth is, I think we all kind of are. If I'm honest with myself, I know exactly probably when this all started. When I was around 9 years old, I found out that I was supposed to have a sister. Her name was Deborah. She was supposed to be born the same day that I eventually was born, just 2 years before. However, she was, I believe, miscarried or stillborn. When I was 9, I found out about that, and I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, but well, actually, I suppose we all did. Rather, the better way to phrase it is I don't know if anybody else remembers this moment specifically and clearly in their life, but I do. That moment when you realized for the first time that there's something missing that's just gone. I mean, in most other scenarios, if you don't have something at least to that point of me being a kid, it was, yeah, something's missing now, but if you work hard enough or if this or that, it might be here later. But with this, it was just, no, no, it doesn't matter what you do, it's just always gone. It took me about 20 years to deal with that with my sister in a way where I don't really think about it anymore. And that's 20 years of knowing there was something or feeling that there's just something missing that's just gone. And the thing is that, well, that particular brand of loneliness stems from a familial tragedy. I see so much loneliness of other kinds in myself and in everyone else. And the most unfortunate part about it is that we're all so damn uncomfortable to admit it. Think of it this way. Currently, if you are to talk publicly about how you feel lonely, I am going to bet there is going to be at least one or maybe several people who will say things to you that reveals that their base thought about you in thinking about how to help you is that you are just not a very fulfilled person. That for some reason you just lack self fulfillment. You just need to do this or to do that, or you just need to really work on yourself or dig deep and no, at least not for me. Guys, I won. I mean, I went from being a morally questionable, read, awful human being who drank his life away and treated people as characters in his story, not really caring about their feelings, but the end game for himself, to now being somebody who doesn't drink at all, who I would argue does a lot for other people and maybe cares about other people more than himself. I say maybe because I know I still have some kind of like, I'm still pretty egotistical, but I think I do. My redemption arc is complete, solidified. This is victory of my prior story. I couldn't feel more fulfilled. This is all I wanted, was to not be an alcoholic, to not be known as that, to not ever again have that be the first thing people thought of me. I won. This is victory. It is. Why can't some people see that? Why don't you realize how proud I really am of myself? Self-fulfillment, or a lack of, is not where my loneliness comes from. And I assure you it's not where most people's loneliness comes from. The truth is that we are just social creatures. Like I thought of a scenario to go through because we're very much in a society where everything about us is based on the idea that we need each other, and yet we're kind of embedded with this philosophy or this culture of trying to escape each other, which is a very interesting contradiction of an existence. But think of if one day something happened, and this will be much easier to picture now after the pandemic or during the pandemic, seeing as how the pandemic is still going. Imagine if you could never touch a human being, another human being ever again. Imagine if today you knew that for the rest of your life, you could never touch or feel the touch of another human being. Would it all feel worth it anymore? Go on ahead. Think about that. You don't have to answer right now. Let it come back to you throughout the day, throughout the week, month. A year from now, let it pop back up in your head. Maybe you'll have an answer then, an honest answer. Because a lot of people want to think, oh, yeah, I could still do it. There are a lot of places to go and things like that. Yeah, there are. But it's not people. It's not. I mean, the thing that always disturbed me about, say, ways that people used to describe things in journals, because I'm an English major, or I was, disturbed me was that a lot of explorers, like Columbus, would describe the land, vegetation, things like that in great detail and with great wonder and giddiness almost. But they never described the people the same way, if they described them at all. And I always hated that. I hated I hated the thought or the feeling or what I assume is the way of perceiving the world that leads to that. Because I see it every day now. We're so caught up in trying to escape each other that we almost try to look through each other. Not in that way of I'm looking through you or into you and I know you, but no, I'm looking through you as if you're transparent, as if I'm trying to act like you're not occupying the space you are. I'm trying to act like you're not there because I don't want you to be, because for whatever reason, I need to work on myself more, even though I feel fulfilled. But, you know, it's just too damn hard to admit I'm lonely. I know there are plenty of people that won't agree with me. I know there are plenty of people that don't think like I do about it, and that's okay. I am always fine with people not believing the same things that I do or feeling how I do about things. Truthfully, I am really never looking for a fight anymore. The only thing I ever ask for is honesty. When it comes to loneliness, not a lot of us, I believe, are very honest about it. And the sad thing is that this dishonesty, or this almost lie of omission concerning our own mental state or emotional state, keeps other people caged in too. Because as much as people are like, "Oh, I'm a shark." No, we're all sheep. We all follow somebody or something. Sometimes people need to see other people standing up and saying things they feel, but just can't be the first person to say. Nobody wants to be the person that starts like that slow clap that gets like faster in like movies at the good. Like imagine starting that like and it just not taking. Totally a character that does that and not another teen movie now that I'm saying that. So it's like being that guy played by Kyle Cease. Weird trivia that I randomly remembered right there. But no one wants to be alone and admitting they're lonely. What's lonelier than telling people you're lonely and then no one acknowledging it? No one, no one doing anything to change that. What more can you do? What more that can you do than directly telling somebody I'm lonely and I need you or I need help? And what's more direct rejection than them ignoring it or saying, well, I hope you feel better. Or maybe you just need some time to yourself. Yeah, of course. Because we all know the cure for loneliness is isolation. I'm Daniel Thompson and I'm lonely. And I'm okay with being lonely because I know that I'm not alone in that. I know I'm in good company in that. And I know that loneliness isn't always. Loneliness comes and goes because other people come and go. Loneliness is part of life. That's all it is. It's okay to be lonely. It makes the times that you don't feel that way all the better.